Another day, another excuse to do another fantasy draft rebuild on Madden. Today, we're going to be having a fantasy draft rebuild where the AI has to draft our team. Haven't done one this year. Used to do them quite a bit, and they're always pretty fun because the AI just loves to absolutely go brain dead and give you the worst possible players ever. Enough of the yap. Let's see the crap. We start Seahawks with pick number 19. I don't know who Seahawks is. As far as quarterback goes, if they wanted to go that route, they do have options. Jordan Love, Jared Goff, Jaden Daniels, the 81 overall. Where's Caleb? 76 over. I feel like that's a little harsh. Sure, Bo Nix, Drake May, Justin Fields, McCarthy, Anthony Richardson. We're starting to run out of options here. Is he a star still? Yikes. Makes sense because that completion percentage is just dead. The throws, he's like 2 for 15 at one point. Let's go to the next pick, though. See what this team lands at 19. Could it be like a DK Metcalf type? Or like not even by type, I mean just like literally DK Metcalf. AJ Brown. That's a great selection. He's 27. But I think we should be able to win a Super Bowl by then, right? 5 years? I don't know, maybe. As far as QB goes, I want to give another look at it. Yeah, we've kind of sold. I don't know why. I just have a weird feeling Sam Darnold is going to be Seattle's QB here. I don't know what it is. I'm going on. But of course, if you have any suggestions for a fantasy draft rebuild, let me know in the comment section below. I don't care how brain dead of an idea it is. It's like, you must draft players that have L and T in their name. It's like, okay, sure, I don't care. I need an excuse to do a fantasy draft rebuild after all. Oh no, I was just joking. Darnold's gone. Okay, he's not on our team either. Yo, they went DK Metcalf. They got the best wide receivers in the league. DK Metcalf and AJ Brown. That is a crazy start to the draft. I don't even hate it. I think that's a great decision. Those are some of the hardest positions to draft, in my opinion. And yet here they are, just knocking it out. Obviously, we've got a lot of other issues like edge. That would be great to fill. Quarterback, any other options? Any youth? You have JJ, you have Anthony Richardson, Penix, Bryce Young. Is JJ still star? I mean, he was injured, so yeah, I mean, it'd be kind of hard to say his potential's gone, even though it's all because of injury. Who did we land? Ah, they sold! That's such a bad pick. They go from 2 god-tier picks to a guy we'll have to replace in a year or two, but he is, I will understand, I get it, good right now. We'll probably watch the first 10 picks, and then we'll head on and sim this draft. Definitely also want to do another co-op one where like the AI drafts one, I draft one, AI drafts one. Lindstrom, okay, I mean that's a good pick because he's good, but it's a bad pick because he's a lineman and it's round 4. But hey, that's something. I swear, if you don't go QB in the first round, you just don't get a QB for the rest of the one, which it doesn't make any sense because other teams are drafting QBs. They just don't do that in a user. Jonathan Taylor, though. Is this team too good already? They kind of cooked. I get it, the Kenny Moore pick wasn't very good, but if Kenny Moore was the reason why we have Jonathan Taylor, because I might have called him Allen, did I? It's a good pick then. Debo, it's not great, but he is young enough. 25-year-old star. We can develop him. Seen him as a superstar recently enough. Joe Alt is there. How the hell do you pass on him? Anthony Richardson's still there. Penix still there. Bryce Young. Ritter, just do the right thing, EA, please. Ritter's got to, I was about to say, he's got to be normal dev by now. All right, we're going to keep watching these picks. So far, I don't hate it, though. I think they've done a pretty good job more often than not. And then the next pick was Michael Penix, 24-year-old quarterback. Okay. I mean, he's probably not going to develop for us, and we'll have to find someone new. But so far, so decent. Honestly, actually pretty good. Take a look at what we got for the next pick. Jabril, okay, I mean, he's good. I get he's a high overall, but 28 years old, really needs a dev up, like, immediately. Of course, we've seen a bunch of really good players that I would have taken each of those rounds afterwards. Seen Joe Alt there, seen Brock Bowers there. We did, unfortunately, pass on those positions, but that's fine. Next pick is, oh, that's a bad one. Harold Landry is our starting edge rusher, and he's 28 years old, and he's only an 80 overall. And I think this will be the final pick that we watch. We'll simulate the rest and see what kind of a team we got. Top 2 wide receivers are goated, though. Diaby, he's young. 25-year-old star. He is young. Definitely somebody we could develop. Okay, fair enough. Let's, problem is edge really does suck. But, yeah, let's sim the rest of the draft and see how it shapes out. I really can't believe how goated the skill positions are, though. 2 really good wide receivers, a really good running back, and then a quarterback that maybe develops. I've never seen him develop in game before, but he's a fun, developable quarterback. All right, here we go. We've got the draft completed. What kind of team do we got? Let's look across the board. Of course, we know our QBs. Oh, we got a mentor. Jimmy Garoppolo as our backup. That's pretty good. Running backs, Justice Hill with Will Shipley. He's actually star dev, I'm pretty sure. Oh, they take it away? They take it away, huh? Wide receivers definitely need a number 3, but obviously perfectly fine. Tight end, yeah, we need a new tight end. Dawson Knox, he's not bad, but he's definitely not long-term. Left tackle's great. Left guard needs work. Center is great. Right guard is obviously amazing. Right tackle, they did well. Oh, Anton Harrison's not star anymore? Okay, either way, you have to replace 2 of your linemen, big deal. Jamin Davis, I did not realize he was sitting at left end these days. What's his coverage? Does it show it? Might move him to, off ball. We'll see. Kalijah Cansey. Devontae Wyatt. Okay. Trevin Wallace. Yo, this team knows me. This team is like what I would draft. Like half of them. Pretty good. And we traded a 6th and a 7th round pick for McKinley Jackson from the Browns. I just needed a right end because this team, which weirdly did draft like it was a 3-4, just didn't think to put somebody, a little bit bigger on the interior. So I need someone a little bit bigger. Oh, maybe Devontae Wyatt moves over because McKinley Jackson's a big fella. Didn't expect him to be that goated, but here we go. We're going to be moving Devontae Wyatt over, actually, and all will be well. All right, let's see if we have any crazy names to resign. Debo and Kenny Morris are the cornerbacks. Blake Cashman, but he's, kind of an older guy. Not really super interested in keeping him. McKinley Jackson. No, not McKinley. I might actually give him the 7-year deal. I might do it. I want to see, do we have, you got to look at quarterback. Because, I kind of look at the overalls, kind of glance. I could easily miss if Penix was in there. 4-year, whatever the hell that was for a Debo. Kenny Moore is definitely going to be worth at least 1 more year. Anything beyond that, though, we'll have to see, especially if he doesn't get a dev up here. I like the other guys, but I don't think I want to pay them. McKinley Jackson, even if we don't start him, a 7-year, $31 million deal for a solid backup is not too bad. We can easily maneuver that. And yeah, I don't think we want to spend any more money. I think we'll save what we got. And despite having what I thought to be one of the better drafts for all of the CPUs, I guess the quarterback does matter that much. As you can see, we finish 6 and 11. Taylor, number 3 for yards. Could be also the scheme, though. We know that the Seahawks scheme in-game is kind of a lackluster one. It's one where it's like, yeah, the efficiency's kind of there, but the numbers, you're going to be middle of the pack for yards, middle of the pack for touchdowns. It's usually how it goes. And, like I said, efficiency for this low of an overall is pretty high. Normally this low of an overall is going to be even worse than that touchdown to pick ratio-wise, but the yards are low. The rushing numbers are going to be decent, too, but I might have to change the scheme right away. I don't like to do that because it feels like it's almost like forcing the rebuild, but at the same time, we also know that there's just some schemes in the game that are just at a super detriment, but I usually do like to stick it out for a couple of years just to at least give it a chance, but I don't know if I can this time. We'll see. Lamar Jackson is going to be the MVP of the league with the Bengals, and then Joe Burrow with the Packers, Josh Allen with the Eagles, CJ Stroud with the Titans, Mahomes with the Vikings. Surprised he didn't actually win it because the Viking scheme's actually really good this year as well. Let's take a look if we won any awards. I can't really... Yeah, Trevin Wallace, okay, but I say we did have a couple of rookies. That does make sense. That tracks. But yeah, we didn't really have any great seasons outside of maybe like Taylor. I think he had a pretty good season. But yeah, 6 and 11. Not the best season I've ever seen, but no QB is going to do that to you most of the time. We have the Vikings versus the Titans, so whether or not Mahomes wins MVP or not, he has a good chance to win a Super Bowl, so there's that. Offensively, I don't think there was a single dev up. I don't believe a single player went up in development trade. Oh, Jennings, maybe? Was he already star? I can't remember. I don't think he was. He was, okay. Thought he was normal dev. I guess he just blended in. Just, if you're a lower overall, more older player, I'm just going to see you as everyone else, basically. McKinley Jackson doesn't go up in dev. Jackson barely goes up in overall. Julius Peppers, Jabril Peppers, though, looking pretty good with a dev up. We talked about it. These older DBs they drafted. If they can get a dev up, though, maybe it's not so bad. But yeah, Kenny Moore didn't give a dev up, which really sucks. Harold Landry always seems to get a dev up, but he's so low of an overall. He's like 28, 29. It never matters because you just can't go any higher from where he's at. As much as, like, sure, it would be cool on paper to have a dynamic rating system, I feel like that'd be really hard to work with, right? Because like you have a dynamic rating system, like, oh, you had a great season, he goes up in dev, but if they never have a great season, then they're going to constantly dynamically drop down, right? So it's kind of an imperfect system. Once you're too old, doesn't really matter. You can't really turn it around, which I guess it kind of happens in real life. Like for the most part, you're not going to get someone that's been bad, for 6 to 7 years and then go off, right? Gino's like kind of the only guy that works for, but yeah, it's kind of tough to do that. Let's see if we had any retirements. I don't think we had anybody like significant that would have had a chance to retire. Yeah, I mean, we even had mentors on the team that didn't retire, which is good. We will move. What's the press conference? Nah, I don't care. It's just gonna be like, do you think you can win the draft? It's like, maybe I can, but I don't care if I do. I want to just have a good draft. I don't care what anyone else is doing. I want to be good for us, not for anyone else. Negotiations, we kind of looked at this already. There's some backups in there that may be worth something to us, but let's not do it. Let's go to the off season, which I think there's going to be a chance at maybe a corner. Usually there's a corner chance, and then Alec Pierce, obviously, he's always here too. Rashad White, where's Alec Pierce? Where the hell is Alec Pierce? Do they love him now? Is he actually loved? I mean, I'm about it. About damn time. See if we can get like Jalen Polk. Also, Jalen McMillan. If you're a Patriots receiver or your name's Jalen in general, bad things happen to you this offseason. A lot of the, once upon a time... I have dev regression off, by the way. Are these just guys that EA has dropped dev for? It would make sense, I guess. They haven't really shown much, but still. Could draft someone, but I think just getting a 2-year, 11 for Baker, that's an easier, quicker fix. Don't have to spend any draft picks on it. That position set then. Corner, Brown Lee. Interesting. Maybe. Kinchins, 86 overall, or 86 speed. Who the hell do we have at strong safety? Ooh, Mustafa. I kind of want him. He's like a freaking beast. 2-year 6, backup even if he doesn't start. Do need linebacker, but Trevin's obviously the future. Trevin is like the GOAT. He's like the new, better Quay in-game. Obviously, in real life, he's up and down. He's mostly down, but he's up and down. Foskey, is he still star? He's normal. Okay. A lot of normal devs around here. I want to just, get as many draft picks saved as possible, because we're probably going to need to go QB. I give up so quickly on Penix, but you kind of have to, right? Like, 25 years old already, and he's barely played. What do you want, But yeah, I think those are going to be our choices. Those 2 players. Don't even know if we're going to get them. Don't even know if they matter too much. We went straight to signings. We got them both. Baker and Mustafa. We do have QB scouted as well. We have the draft pick of 3. 6 and 11 is pick 3. I guess it's because it's a fantasy draft and like the majority of teams are going to be pretty equal. So if you're pretty equal, it's going to be a win-loss, win-loss, win-loss kind of situation. So yeah, you would see a lot of teams that, there's not many teams that are like 13 and 4 and 14 and 3 is a lot of like 12, 11, 10 win teams. Wow. Okay. So there's a lot of teams that went 6 and 11. I don't know what the Browns did. 5 and 12. 5 and 12 is pick 1 overall. And depending on your tiebreakers, 6 and 11 is pick like 9. That's kind of wild. Or 8, whatever the damn number is. Math is hard. Okay. I don't care. That's pretty wild. We got kind of luckier in that sense, but that also means we're one of the worst teams in the league. All right, we have pick 3. The problem is there's not even a single quarterback worth taking, let alone 3 of them. You have Curtis Woods, who is the best of the 3. He's a top 5 projection with a 3 to 4 talent. Probably worth taking because the A's look good, but when that 3 to 4 talent tells you something, it probably is in the 70s. Then you have another quarterback in Michael Kitchen, a better talent grade, but I would still probably not trust him as much as I would Woods. Then I have another guy, Adam Adams. What a very unique name. What a freaking lovely family he probably came from. Looks really good. Solid tight end. There's a bunch of other tight ends, though, that look pretty good, too. We have Edge, who I don't know. I'm going to... Oh, they will show me, actually. Okay, so the round 1 to 2 types. This guy was a little bit on the slower side, but I still feel like he's going to be a high overall. Probably won't take him, though, because, let's be honest, I do go for the fast players. That's the exact same guy. I am on crack. Give me the other edge rusher. Terrence Tatum, 6'4", much faster, A finesse. What do? We need edge, but I don't take edge that high. Simply put, I just don't. Really curious to see if these quarterbacks go that high, though. The projections there, the talent just, quote-unquote, isn't. Oh, yeah, also, that corner was great. That corner was really, really good. I might be trading down, but we'll see. I do like that tight end, though, I will say, but what's the point of getting all these weapons for a quarterback that's just not going to develop? These picks are stupid. What are we doing? The fact that this isn't going is kind of disappointing. I feel like I'm actually getting really scammed here, but I suppose it could be a situation where they don't want to trade up, which I don't know if that's actually built in the game. I think it's just the game is giving me bad trade value. But I want this trade, so I'm going to try. Yeah, this feels wild, but whatever. Whatever. There's not really anyone up there other than that tight end who, once again, is playing a position that I don't think you should draft that high. Worthy of taking. I think Curtis Woods probably will be good, but I don't think he's pick 3 overall good. You know what I mean? So if that tight end's there at 8, I might take him. Damn, dude, I really did not want to take tight end this. I can't take tight end that high. I'll probably be willing to take one of the pass rushers. Actually, we got Nowak, who really elite speed. I don't know what you trust because that finesse is bad. I do like the tight end. It's just like I said, it's the position that I don't think makes a lot of sense. If you look at the tight ends themselves, we got a bunch of different guys that are kind of fast. You know, you go Reggie Gibson a little bit later. It doesn't look as good, but he still looks good. You know, I don't think it's worth this. I'm going to actually trade this pick down to about 20. I'm going to trade it down to about 20 and hope that Nowak is there. And even if he isn't, I don't think he looks that great either. I think he's fast, and that's enough for me to be like, yeah, I'll take him. But outside of speed, I wouldn't even take him then. There we go, another kind of long-winded trade, trading pick 8 and a bunch of like kind of later picks for the next couple of years down to 18 to land 54 and 114, which I think is a really good trade for us. Who do they trade up for? Lindsley. Interesting. Tatum obviously went, so Smiley's still there. Nowak is going to be the guy. I was about to say, Nowak's going to be the guy I want. 11? That is crazy. That's a bit high. Smiley is gone, actually, to the Colts. Damn, I was about to say, even though Smiley's slow, I would have taken him. I might take Adams because of pure value. I really need edge, but edge doesn't look so great. Do we have anyone else? To be fair, I need edge, so do I not just take Beasley, even though he's a 2-3? A finesse. He's good speed. Nah, I'm willing to take him. Zach Beasley. Let's take a chance. 77 true. He said Nev. I mean, what are they so concerned about? He looks halfway decent. Maybe I do try to go up to the Cardinals here and grab tight end. I mean, we got all those extra picks. Maybe it's time to trade up instead of trade down. Oh, but of course, mind you, when it's time for me to trade up, all these draft picks are actually worth what they say they're worth. Oh, okay, I see how it works. And only time will tell if it was worth it, but a second this, a third this, a fourth this, and a seventh 2 years from now with Will Shipley for pick 19. I'm going to take a quick look at corner because there was some corners as well, but I think we will be taking Adams. I think the value is there. He's around 1. Why not? Ooh, Taj James. BBB. You know what? Even though I like the round 1 of that guy, I can't. Was Stevens also good? No, it was Moore that was good. Nate Moore was pretty decent, actually. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, so we're going to go with Adams. Adams going to be the guy. Adam Adams. Super unique name. Obviously, we're getting ourselves the next Bowers, maybe? Hopefully. True Talent 7. Oh, no, we're not, dude. This is why you don't draft tight end in the first round. This is why you just don't do it, but that's okay. I mean, we'll live with him. We'll live with it. He's still probably going to be really good. True Talent 7's got to be 75 plus overall. That's all that matters. With his next pick, we are going to be taking cornerback, I imagine. James is still there, actually. Let's compare him to Nate Moore. I think James will be better. That's a lie. That's a lie. Nate Moore is my guy. True Talent 10. Hidden Dave. There you go. Another good pick. I will argue 3 good picks. How about that? And the Vikings are actually giving me a really sick trade here. We're going to be trading down like 12 spots. Again, a third next year. We have no draft picks for the rest of the draft, so I figured got to get some value somewhere, even if it's for next year. Move that pick up into this year if we really want somebody. Which that somebody could be Alexander Britt. Very athletic. The tackling sucks, though. And that is who I'm going to take. Alexander Britt. Need a DT. Even if he's normal dev, at least it's somebody young to develop. And he's in dev, so I don't have to worry about that. Wow, we actually, I mean, other than that tight end being normal dev, this has been a pretty good draft. Let's go to the next round, as I think I can get an off-ball linebacker. Which I'm not even sure I need, to be fair. Let's see. Also, we could trade off Harold Landry, right? Like, I get it, he was our best player, but at the same time, he's the guy with the most value. and he's the oldest. I'd be willing to trade up for Posey, I think, but the fact that he is, or Posse, no, it is Posey. I thought there was 2 S's in there. But the fact that he is still here is the questionable part. Duvall's also decent. I might try to trade up for both. Use a third next to get to this spot, and then use Harold Landry, maybe, to get to the other one. Oh, and Harold Landry's on a 1-year deal. Pshee! Let's get this out of the way. This would be kind of crazy. I don't think they'll give it to me. Oh, he's a superstar. They're like, yep, give it. Give it now. Then I'm going to trade with the Chargers, and we'll land the 2 players we want. There's some, I mean, I guess we could trade up for 3 players, because we have that running back, too. We got rid of Shipley, and, oh my god, I almost just gave him the pick. I mean, this should be straight up almost, so I'm going to ask for a 5th just to make sure I'm getting my value. Okay, should be good, though. There you go. Just want to make sure I'm getting the value, you know? Don't want to one-to-one trade. Let's probably go to the Commanders as well. All right, so with this pick, we're going to be grabbing Mr. Alonzo Posey. I think the value's there of that pick. 128 true, normal dev, really athletic, though, so that is not a pick you would be mad at. And then we take the center. There's another guy in there, that offensive line, that could be good, too. Winslow, UDFA. Offensive line, Byron Duvall. He's got some decent ratings in there, 52 true. And yeah, hidden dev. The O-line is easily the easiest thing to draft. Let's see if we can get to the Commanders. They got 2 draft picks here. I'm willing to take some players. That is not how... I'm not that willing. Okay, relax. A 3rd next year, especially if it's our own, which has a chance to be good. Probably worth it. Problem is, they're going to ask for a lot. We're getting rid of a lot of our draft picks here, but I think it's worth it. I think we're going to land some players that we will be happy with. Devontae Wyatt's probably tradable as well. And we make the trade. A bunch of stuff for the future. And Jamin Davis for 2 4th-round picks this year from the Commanders, which is going to give us 3 straight 4th-round picks. This pick was going to be used on, I suppose, Winslow. He looks really good. 40 reps as well. The pass block finesse, or the pass blocking looked great, so this looks like a gem to me. 27 true, hidden dev, great pick. That automatically, I would trade the 4th and the 3rd next year alone for him, let alone whatever we're about to get here in the 4th. Could even move this down if we wanted to. Escobar was pretty good too, but we already have a guy, even though this guy is solid too. Do I just go with one of the wide receivers? I was going to go running back. Yeah, let's go running back. Daryl Winters, 4.51, not that fast, but fast enough. Probably like a 88, 89 speed. 49 true, normal dev. Yeah, not bad. Get ourselves some depth. I think that was a great draft. Of course, we're stuck with Penix another season, but I think we landed some pretty solid players. I mean, the true talents were kind of there for the most part, and when they weren't, the devs were. You know, with that edge rusher, not that great, but the dev was there. Probably only going to be star anyways, but it's nice. I really wonder to see what that quarterback looks like, though. The guy we could have went for. If he was there at 8, I probably would have taken him, but he wasn't. I wasn't willing to take, or whatever pick that I traded down from, but I wasn't willing to take him that high, and wow, that tight end did look really good. 77 overall. So even though he's normal dev, totally worth it, right? Yeah, I mean, that's a worthwhile player. 81's a weird number. It's not a weird number, but it's not like a goated number, if you will. Zach Beasley, he is really short for an outside linebacker position, but that's exactly where he's going to be playing. Right outside linebacker, I think it is that we need. Is it? No, it might be left out. I think it's left out. Number 55, star dev. I was really thinking something special. I was thinking Superstar Plus just because he's like under the radar, you know. Nate Moore, 6'3", hidden dev. Yeah, really good. Obviously really good. I'm curious to see what the James guy was like. I don't know if I care that much to check, but put him at number 31. Star dev, I was thinking better as well for him. Kenny Moore is probably going to be playing the slot, actually, just because he has the lowest amount of potential, and he is the shortest perfect build for it. Alexander Britt, I think it's right end we need for him. Dev, damn, another star dev, which is good. I mean, I'm fine with star, but I was really thinking some of these guys are going to be Superstar Plus. Posey, he's good, kind of raw, but he will be middle linebacker too. Obviously, way more potential than Jamin, so there's no point in starting Jamin, the normal dev, versus our guy who's way younger, normal dev. Duvall fits as an actual center. Do we need a center, though? What the hell did this team draft at center? Graham Barton. Graham Barton can play guard. He's a big dude. And then Winslow, speaking of a big dude, not really weight-wise, but 6'4", 305, looks pretty good to me. I think he's going to be playing right guard for us. We fixed our O-line. I mean, I guess we need a new right tackle because Anton's not star plus, but he's still young, so he can still develop. You don't have to be star plus. It's just that's what we aim for, obviously. And then Darrell Winters, the final player, the running back, super balanced. Running back is so easy to develop, or draft anyways, and then obviously in turn develop because they have a decent base. Quarterback, let's see it. Curtis Woods, 71 overall. If he's normal, I'll laugh. Hidden Dev. Short route's ridiculously good. Medium's pretty damn good, and then deep is obviously strugglesome. But if he's higher than star, I mean, he's a good pick. Okay, only star, so not a bad pick, but definitely not great. There was also the other guy. So here's Tatum. He would have to be superstar plus. Yeah, okay. Glad I didn't grab him. I would have taken Nowak, at, 18, I think it was? Another normal dev. Wow, we kind of got lucky. Those trade downs were definitely worth it. What about Smiley? That weird dude. Probably going to be hidden, right? Because he's slow. Damn, they're all normal. He's actually faster than I thought, too. He's actually really good. Probably the best of those bunch. Okay, we cooked up. Let us cook. Nice. And then here's the other quarterback, 72 overall for Kitchen, who's normal. Yeah, that quarterback class sucked. Problem is, I think we might be too good to have a good draft pick for next year, meaning we might be in purgatory for a while now. Some other really good players, but I think that's all I care about. Those are the players. Everyone else is whatever. The team for Season 2, we got a couple of normals still lingering around, but also completely forgot that we had Lindstrom. I don't know why I thought we needed like 3 linemen. We only needed 2 because Anton Harrison and Duval. So we're going to start the guys who we start. Obviously, Graham Barton moves over to left guard. Really, the big concern in the future would be the quarterback position. Defensively, maybe a middle linebacker for Posey. Maybe Diaby needs to be replaced. Maybe Mustafa. Maybe another corner. Maybe a DT. But not a bad-looking team for year 2. We'll see what happens. Maybe Penix is the guy. It'd be nice for one of these times to see Penix go. You know, I really haven't seen him be more than like an 83 overall at his very best. So I would like for him to be higher than that. We're also going to be, I don't know if I mentioned it, Cincinnati playbook. We have the 2 really good wide receivers. Even though Joe Mixon's no longer there, there's still kind of remnants of Joe Mixon, if you will, from a year before. Kind of. It's a scheme that I think makes a little bit of sense, right? You have that tight end that's kind of a little bit smaller than your prototypical 6'5", 6'6" tight ends. There will not be a battle. I don't know why I clicked these. I don't know why I think it's going to be good. It just never is. Morale's down, whatever. I'm the coach. What are you crying about? There should also be ones where it's like morale is down for some of the younger guys, and then it's like morale is up, though, for the veterans who trust that you can make the right decision. We're having a ridiculously bad season. We have some re-signings to take care of. Metcalf, Fashanu, Cansey, Barton, Moore. So I will say Cansey's questionable because that is a lot of money for a guy that has proven basically nothing, right? Like 81 finesse, 80 block shed at 24 years old. I mean, what has he really done to deserve that contract? But yeah, Metcalf, obviously, 4-year, not even 100, which is great for us. Obviously, Fashanu, the price is actually pretty good. So if we can do like, I'd do it on 14.5 per 7 years. Thought it would have been enough. I guess it needs to go higher. Barton for sure because of the price, and then maybe Kenny Moore, but then the rest, I'm not sure. Even Kalijah, I don't know. Somehow, with arguably a better team and a better scheme, we were worse than last year. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about that. Michael Penix, likely having to be replaced this time around. Let's take a look if we have the number 1 overall pick while we're at it. I only have to assume. Last year was like 6-11, Yeah, we were by far. We had 2-game leadway. We could have won a game just for shits and gigs, and we said, nah, just give it all. Give us 2 first-round picks. We needed that bad. But let's take a look at the stats and awards. Obviously, see Metcalf's up there, so maybe hold on. Picks are a bit high, but Penix did have a pretty good year. Is it enough for a dev up? I'm just saying. Maybe he's the guy at left tackle. Wow, really bad numbers. And then, of course, you rock the 3-4, and you're going to get some bad numbers there as well. Cansey picked it up a little bit. Diaby with 8. A couple of 4 interception season guys. Myers needs to be replaced. Behringer was pretty good. Yearly awards MVP goes to Jaden Daniels with the Bills. Fantasy draft rebuilds. These are the best ways to kind of tell what schemes are halfway decent. But then you have J.J. McCarthy here throwing that whole idea right out the window. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. A.J. Brown, Offensive Player of the Year, though, which is a great award win. Offensive Rookie of the Year, number 4 for Adams. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we had number 1, 2, and 3. Considering Beasley's an edge rusher, that is how I'd want it. I would want him to win it because edge is a really tough position to develop. QB at number 8, running back at number 4, wide receiver at number 1, O-line at number 3, D-line no, linebacker surprisingly number 9, DB no, kicker obviously not, and of course another pretty failed season, even worse than last year. I got to say pretty failed because with pick 1 overall we could end up finding a really good QB. Didn't last year, sadly. We had pick 3 overall. Pretty good chance to get a quarterback if there was actually one worthy of taking. You have the Bengals versus the Cardinals now. JJ McCarthy with the Cardinals is apparently the guy. That scheme's halfway decent, maybe. And the winner is the Cardinals. All right, I guess JJ McCarthy's him. Penix, if he gets a dev up, would make things a little interesting, but maybe more just trade fodder. And yeah, he didn't go up in dev at all. Pretty sure Metcalf already was an X Factor, but sometimes they drop his dev. Actually, I don't even know if that's true. He might have been an X Factor for a long time and never dropped down. Adams, unfortunately, no dev up, but he is still an 80 overall, which is great. Beasley goes to Superstar. Peppers, though. The man is not willing to retire. Superstar X Factor still does lose some ratings, but good enough to start for another season at least. I'm down. Did Mustafa go up in dev? That'd be great. Didn't. He is only a 72. Man started all year long and had 0 upgrade. How is that even possible? Okay, so this team is not having the start I was hoping for, but maybe it can all change with a really good QB. Do we change also to a 4-3? 3-4s are just dreadful. They're really, really bad. But let's take a look at the negotiations. Kalijah Cansey actually said he wants to go to free agency, even though I was actually offering him $22 million per. Unfortunately, buddy, the tag is cheaper in the long run anyways. Kenny Moore, 1 year 10. That's not bad for a really, 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 really good slot cornerback. And obviously we don't want Myers anymore. So a decent offseason when it comes to, negotiations, getting rid of some of the players I didn't want to keep. And then obviously keeping some of the players I did want to keep and not having to pay them long term. Let's take a look at free agency. Any big names? DeMarcus Lawrence. I mean, we kind of need edge, sort of, but not really because Beasley is the best potential, and Diaby was the best actually performance-wise. So who would you replace? Diaby because he's older, even though he played better? Obviously, Landry is a little bit different because he was 30. Diaby's like 26 now, maybe 27. Don't think we're going to be able to get any players in free agency that are going to help us out either. We kind of need like a DT interior, big fella type, and we're not going to get that, unfortunately. Middle linebacker, sorta, but I think Posey is a 77 overall. I think he can easily develop. Corner, safety. Safety, I guess, would be a big need, but once again, who's here to grab Nick Cross? I guess maybe I actually do go Nick Cross because he's literally the same age and like the same overall as freaking Mustafa. So is it time for Nick Cross to get another chance to develop for us? It's been so long. Don't do this. Nick, we have been through so much. Thank you. Here we go, another draft pick, 1 overall, and I gotta say there's a pretty decent looking quarterback. Top 5 projected. Some of the other quarterbacks are actually worse than they were. They were 2 to 3s, which obviously isn't good anyways, but they dropped down to 3 to 4s, except for Green, he stays the 2 to 3. But Danny Orchard, not the best key ratings, but I am always inclined to believe a top 5 talent. This is a decent looking player, A to medium, A to short, B under pressure, C deep. I'm hoping this is one of those 88 short, 84 medium, 75 deep, good overall players. I have no choice but to take him. It's the biggest positional need. Pick 1 overall. I'm taking QB. True talent 2. That's great. And he is hidden dev. 96 throw power, 81 speed, 85 excel. We sort of drafted Andrew Luck, kind of. I'd say that's a decent comp there. We're going to move on to pick 1 of the seconds. We have like no other draft picks after this. Oh, we have a 3rd round pick. What 3rd round pick was that? What are the odds of us getting the 2nd pick in the 3rd round? Also, we have Favors. Is he a DT? He was the DT type or interior type. Scouted all these interior guys a little bit further. Is this what I want to do? I like the round 1, and I do usually fall for it, or maybe not fall for it, but I usually do buy into it, I guess would be the word. Safety is also a pretty big need. Johnson. But how big of a need is safety? You know what I mean? Like, safety's a big need, but how big of a need is it to have a safety that's really, really good, you know? DT, I think, is a little bit bigger of a need. You have Walton, who's, like, huge. A tackle. I mean, do I just trust the round one? Round one is, like, 74-plus overall, right? That's what I'm going to take. Round one. I'm believing in the true talent. Never fails me. True talent 22. Damn, it's failed me. Normal dev. Where do I start that guy? Like, I just don't, I don't think. Also hoping one of those safeties falls, because safeties do like to kind of not hold their value. I see a safety up there anyways. I don't know if it's one of the guys I want. Oh, Markel Bush, who I think was a little on the slower side. And then Darren Johnson, I think in a B zone. No, we didn't. Bush, 5'11", 21 years old. Didn't get to scout him further, but obviously because he's fast, put him on my list. Then we have Darren Johnson, who we do know is C zone coverage, is faster. It's a tough one because, like, Darren Johnson makes sense to still be here because he's a little bit of a later projection, but the fact that Bush is still here kind of tells me, like, maybe he just sucks. I think I'm going to go Johnson. Johnson, Bush. Yep. Put your Johnson in the... nothing. Johnson, I think, looks pretty good. I'm going to go Darren Johnson. We'll see if I made the right call or not. 17 true talent. Oh, we made the right call. Well, I guess the other guy could be good, too. That's a good pick. I'll take it. There might have been other things we needed, but I can't trade up anymore, dude. Like, we already had nothing for this year. We're going to make it even worse if we try to trade up from next year. All right, let's see what we landed at QB. We landed a very good overall. To be fair, the other two are great, too. This is a very efficient draft. Obviously, we have pick one, and then this is almost exactly what I called. Is he I mean, the overall, the high 90s, or, well, low 90s, high 80s, I think he's generational, dude. I think damn, he's not. Okay, he's star dev. I mean, he's still really good. Wow, that's actually a little surprising. Not only not X-Factor, but also not even superstar. It's a good pick, it's a good pick, I suppose. Jonathan Favors, I mean, he is actually pretty raw. I knew it in my heart of hearts that big old DT was going to be the better player. Those big old DTs are almost always hidden as well. Their ceiling's kind of low. It's usually star, but they're almost always hidden. So their floor... Oh, superstar for the safety, though. They're also always, like, hidden dev 40. Oh, my God. Darren Schiappa. But yeah, I want to see that DT. What do we do wrong? Oh, QB went 1, 2, and 3. What about TJ Dobson? Hidden dev... serviceable, slightly faster than our guy. I mean, these guys would have to be X factors to be better than the guy we took, though. Even superstar's not enough. It would take like a season, maybe 2 seasons to catch up in overall. Franklin, also really good. Not that fast. Tall as hell, though. 6'6". Basically 80 across the board for accuracy if you balanced them all out. With the dev trade of superstar. Okay, he is pretty good. Pretty good. The Browns sold. Rams got a better guy. All right, where's that damn DT? We took Favors here. Was it Walton? It was one pick after, wasn't it? Huh? No, maybe not. Normal dev as well. Debatably better than our guy because he is bigger. But, yeah, I mean, I don't think he really won or lost based on any of that. And then we want to see, what was his name? Bush? Was it DeBush? It was DeBush. Right? Yeah, Bush right after us, 74 overall. Also hidden. Our guy was superstar, though. Really good, though. Zone coverage. Damn, those safeties were good. I don't know why they fell. Safeties just being neglected. Star dev, our guy was better, but you couldn't really go wrong with either. Even this Rhodes guy might be decent. Hidden dev as well. Yeah, safety's not a bad position to draft in this last class. Didn't fill all of our needs, but I think we did a pretty damn good job. Maybe instead of the DT type, we went with like a linebacker. Maybe it would have been better. All right, we got Penix. We got Alfred, Abanaconda, a 5th, 6th, and a 7th in the future for Michael Hall, or Mike Hall, I should say, who now belongs to us. Is he normal dev still, by the way? Star dev. Star dev. Got ourselves a new starter. This is what I was hoping for McKinley Jackson. Didn't work out. We got ourselves a semi-expensive backup. Was he like $4 million per year? If that. Still worth it. Got a new starter. Worth it. Here we are for year 3. We got ourselves a real quarterback now. Tight end is the only guy on the offense that's really a starter with normal dev. Obviously, Baker kind of needs a dev up, but he is, he's a slot wide receiver anyways. Posey, 77 overall. Peppers, probably need to replace him. So outside linebacker, free safety, and that might be it. Maybe a Debo. We'll see what happens there. But, yeah, Mike Hall starts. Britt, I guess I'll start, even though Favors... Yeah, Favors has a higher potential, right? Let's start him. That's it. $137 million. Jonathan Taylor needs a contract. Usually at 28, that's when the drop-off is there. But considering he's a decently high overall, maybe willing to pay... I really wish it was a 2-year deal. Trevin for sure gets a contract, 7 years, 77. Thankfully, somebody just takes the offer instead of fighting us. Pepper's 100% gone. He's going to regress. It's $20 million per anyways. Cansey's gone. Kenny Moore's likely gone. And that's a bunch of backups. I guess Behringer will pay. He's been consistent. Boom. We try to get Jonathan Taylor, and then the rest are out of here. We had a really bad start, an amazing finish, and then we choked near the end, and we might miss the playoffs. Are we going to miss them? It'd be so disappointing. Talking about messing with the fans. Wow, that's so harsh. We finish as the 8th seed at 9-8, which, it's like, hey, you're looking at the previous season, you're like, wow, what a glow up. No, it's more painful than that. The season started off 2-4, then a bunch of wins with 4 straight losses. That is not fair. That isn't. You know how freaking high the fan base would be on, like, oh my god, I can't believe they did it. I always had faith. And then they lose a game. It's like, yeah, it's fair enough. You can't win forever. And then you lose another. It's like, it's okay. We're still doing well. Then you lose 3 in a row. You're like, excuse me. And then you lose the final one. It's like, yeah, I'm done. Never rooting for this team again. 12th man, I don't care. 11th man now. We're not here anymore. Orchard was great. Taylor was pretty damn good. We paid him a 3-year 48. Metcalf was amazing. A.J. Brown was pretty good. Baker was pretty good. Adams not so great. Blocking, Lindstrom, a lot of snaps, not a lot of sacks given up. And this telling me that even though we don't have the greatest players anyways, we got to go to a 4-3. Let's just be real, dude. This is just not... 3-4 suck. Don't ever deal with them. It just doesn't matter. Matt Gay was pretty good. Behringer was decent. We also paid Jabril a 1-year 21, so hopefully he's worth it in the end. Jordan Love with the Chiefs is the MVP. Where was our guy? Number 8. Pretty good for a rookie. At the NFC side now, Metcalf at number 2. Offense Rookie of the Year, Orchard. Defense Rookie of the Year, number 4. So Favors probably wasn't even worth starting either. Best running back, Taylor. Hopefully he goes to X Factor because obviously he got paid a 3-year 48 despite being 27. So it's like, yeah, you got to be careful because he could easily regress down to a 90 or less after this season, and he'll really regress hard after that. So that final year he'll be paying, it's basically an Alvin Kamara situation in-game. In real life, and Alvin Kamara apparently just decides to go absolutely ham every once in a while. But yeah, in-game he's not really worth the contract, which that's basically what we're going to have with Taylor that final year. But if that was the only way to keep him for 2 more years, I'll take the hit on that final year, especially on a rookie deal, quarterback still. MVP, or not MVP, Super Bowl winner, Commanders. The Commanders are the winners. We go 9-8, Bad start at 6-11. Then what were we, 2-15, something crazy bad, 3-14, I think it was. And then now we show life. Taylor also goes to Superstar X Factor, which is amazing. Did he even regress? I don't know if he regressed or he's about to regress, but that's a huge one for him to go to X Factor. That's going to help that regression hard. Orchard goes to Superstar, not surprising at all. 88 overall, really high overall. I mean, that's just a really good season. 86 deep accuracy as well. He went up from 74. It's a really good year. I mean, that's top notch. Adams still not devved up. Mike Hall goes to Superstar, which is amazing. And then Diaby probably needs to be replaced, which is so annoying because it's like Beasley's playing worse than him, but Beasley obviously has a future in the team because he's got high potential. Peppers, it was worth the 1-year deal. Maybe a little overpriced, but outside of a tag, which could cost more anyways, technically, probably not, but could. What are your options regardless? Let's take a look at the Seahawks. We've got a bunch of mentor types, so we're fine. I didn't expect anybody to retire there, but always got to keep your eyes open. You never know, and you forget about a player. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that guy. Let's take a look at Kenny Moore. Speaking of a guy you could forget about, Kalijah Cansey, no. And we only need 2 DTs anyways. We already have like 2 others besides Kalijah. Kenny Moore, why not, dude? We got the money. He's a good slot. 85 overall. He's still good. He's still good. And everyone else we already paid. Everyone else would be a back. I guess Matt Gay was pretty good, right? Let's get Matt Gay back. He missed 2 kicks. That's not bad. Some of the best kickers in the game miss more than that, so I'm fine with it. Let's go to free agency where we could spend money, but I doubt there's going to be anyone willing, worthy of spending that money on. Ronnie Stanley, I guess, but yeah, probably not going to. Kalijah Kancey actually getting the offers too, which is beyond me. I don't know where the value is there. I can kind of see why Kalijah Kancey goes to free agency now. Usually it's money problems, but our problem was just that he wasn't very good. I also think corner is going to be on our list because, we look at Adebo and you just kind of think, he's going to be young forever, but I actually think he's like 27 or 28 now, and he's still star, isn't he? Yeah, 86 overall at 28. Yeah, that's not good. That is a safety anyways with his zone coverage, so we're absolutely going to prioritize corner. DT might still be a priority. Linebacker, we definitely need to get somebody new just in case, because Posey's his overall is going up, but his dev isn't. But O-line, I think, is great. So O-line is great. Tight end, I would like better progression, but it's probably just scheme-related. They're both brothers, by the way. Receivers, they're probably getting there, right? The age is starting to catch up a little bit. A.J. Brown at 30. DK probably isn't much, later behind, maybe 29. Let's take a look at how old he is. 29. So the window is closing while the quarterback is, getting better. This is year 4, which is usually a really good year for us for Super Bowl wins. This is the year. This is a really good year for us. So, yeah, if I have to make a trade, I'll make a trade. But I think we'll be fine. All right, not quite like the truly elite option I was looking for, but Devontae Wyatt, Diaby, Blackman, and a second-round pick for Kayvon Thibodeau, a 26-year-old, 85 overall superstar. He'd probably go up to an 86 when we move him over, and he already got paid, so it's like, I think it's worth it. I think he was worth it. Let's take a look at those ratings anyways. He is a power rusher, though. I didn't really think about that. That kind of sucks, but he's still good. He's going to be our new edge. Hopefully that'll give us a spark. All right, pick 18 in the draft. Is that running back still there? Oh, I wish I would have scouted him further. Randall Roberts looked very promising with all of his eliteness. Might even be someone I'd take a chance on because we need a running back for the future. I didn't really, scout him further because I was like, yeah, he's good, but I don't think he'll be there at 18 anyways. And, we need linebacker and whatnot more anyways. But we only need one linebacker. Carrington, 3 to 4. 1 to 2 true talent. Could easily trade up for him. Don't technically need a DT. We can maybe upgrade to the position, but don't need it. Tight end, could upgrade, don't need it. Wide receiver, could get depth, don't need it. Safety, don't need it just yet. Corner, yeah, but not yet. Running back, not yet, but someone that's potentially truly elite might be worth it. I really wish I would have scouted him further. A-Juke, A-Spin, B-Truck, Fast. I'll take the chance. I'll take a shot. True Talent 2. I don't... Oh, yeah, you got to click over. Hidden Dev, 96 speed, 96 agility, looking good. Okay. Is there any, dual backfield type of things that I could try out? We'll see if we make the right decision, because he looks really good, but at the end of the day, I suppose, if we never even get to use him, because we're probably only going to do 2 more seasons, this one and the next, kind of could be wasteful, but... Are those safeties still there? We might be able to make a couple of trade-ups anyways and land safety and linebacker. Let us cook a little bit, just relax. That's an outside linebacker. Moye? Is he good? He's slow. Damn, son. Well, I'm going to go for that linebacker, I think, with the Saints, and we'll go to the end of the draft. 82 and 114 to move up to 65. Might have been able to get a 5th back, but didn't want to risk it. Just give me the player. Not even risk it, but just didn't want to be bothered, to be honest. Marquez, Carrington, A pursuit, B block shed. Damn, I traded up for a guy that's not even that fast, though. I didn't look at his speed on that because his ratings look pretty good. Do I not just take one of the safeties and then trade up for best remaining linebacker? I jumped the gun on this one for sure, dude. This guy's raw, but he does have some pretty good ratings that are in between that you can kind of see through. A pursuit is really good. I like him. Dominique Burrows. I like him. 42 true talent and another hidden dev. That's a good pick. We pivoted hard there, though. We were going to trade up 100% of the time for that linebacker. And I was like, you know what? That speed not looking so good. All right, we need a linebacker still, so we'll have to trade up. But It's a couple of options, so let's just slowly go along. Dip it into the future a little bit here. A third and a fourth next, with a fourth the following year for a late third this year, but found a different linebacker on my board that I like even more. And I didn't want to risk him any further. I think we made it pretty far down the list here. David Beasley, A block shed, A pursuit, A zone coverage, insanely fast. That's my guy. 21 true talent. Damn, normal dev. He's not even nearly as fast as I thought either. He's good. He'll start. What does need a dev up? And the running back is an 82 overall. I think he actually could be generational. But the thing is, running back, safety, QB, those overalls can get really high without actually being generational. Injury and toughness are also really low, by the way. 91 juke move. I mean, that speed is telling me gen, right? That if it wasn't for the speed, I'd say everything's obtainable. That speed's got to be generational. Yeah, he is X Factor. We'll take it. All right. I mean, Taylor's got a lot of years left on him, but we got ourselves like the best running back duo in the league. We're cooking. We're looking really good. Burrows, I mean, he would be a starting strong free safety going forward behind Peppers for now. And then Beasley's a really high overall at 76 overall. So, yeah, normal dev, but he looks good. All right, 89 overall. If we struggle and can't make the playoffs again, I'm going to have to change the playbooks. There's really not much more to it. This team is good enough easily to make the playoffs. Sure, we got a couple of positions like Posey and maybe Beasley, two linebackers that definitely need some work, but I mean, you compare that to the cross of the league, and it's just not even close. And also, Thibodeau, he's an 84 overall. Excuse me, how is he going down? He should be goated at right end. I don't know. But, yeah, this better be a playoff season, dude. Oh, Danny Orchard's an X Factor. That's kind of neat. Chris Lindstrom's got a contract need. We'll try to do that, I imagine. Peppers might be gone, even though we can afford him. That's the weird part. It's like, you got the money. Why not keep him? You have to pay Beasley, which I don't think it'll be too bad. And then Adams might not even pay him. He's super young, but, like, he's also super crap. He hasn't really done much. Lindstrom's kind of asking for a lot, but, yeah, he's a superstar. He's worth it. There you go. What a guy. What a dude. Jabril, if he's cheap enough, maybe. We do have Burrows ready to go, though, and I think this will probably be the last year Kenny Moore is viable. 85 overall star. I'm surprised he's as good as he is still. It's like, we can't do anything, boss. He's so low of a speed already. What can we do to make him worse? It's like, you can't. He is inevitable. We also have two kickers. When did that happen? I don't even know. But, yeah, we're fine. I don't get it. I genuinely don't understand how this team's not better. I think we might still make the playoffs, especially if we win. But, yeah, I don't know how this team is not better. But we'll see. We'll see if we even make the playoffs. I mean, how many years can we win? Nice. So we do make the playoffs. We end up as the 5th seed. But explain... And Orchard and Metcalf were amazing. I don't understand. Is our defense just actually that bad? We have to take a look at these numbers. I don't even want to forget about those, so I have to go look at the numbers right now, because otherwise I'm going to forget. Number 1 in yards. Defense got to be ass. 14th in defense. It's not great, right? It's not great, but that's still good. First in scoring. 30th in points allowed. Okay, that's where the crazy happens. Orchard was amazing. Truly an X Factor. I mean, probably MVP. Metcalf, 26 touchdowns, 1662 yards. A.J. Brown was great. Scott was decent. Adams had his best year. O-line, I mean, there's some blocking issues. You're always going to give a bunch of sacks. In a 4-3, we were terrible. Okay, so the pass rush was still ass, and that was a massive part of it. Okay, I understand. Okay, the defense was ass. Simply put, we won MVP, but barely made the playoffs. We got Offensive Player of the Year as well. Best QB, running backs at 4, wide receiver at 1 and 5, O-line at 3 again. D-line, Mike Hall was at 8, linebacker at 5 and 10, and then DB not to be found, and then kicker not to be found. We got to change the scheme up on defense, but at least we made the playoffs finally. I didn't want to go straight to the Bills, so I decided to try to go with the Jets. They got a pretty good defense in real life, and yeah, no, don't do that. Going to the end of the game. Detroit already scores 7 at the blink of an eye. 7-7, all right. Halftime, 14-7. Still 14-7, 21-7, 28-7. Wow, things are really kicking off in this second half. And it looks pretty convincing to me that we're going to be moving on to the divisional round 38-10. Beautiful. Right, Dak Prescott on the other side threw 3 interceptions. Orchard was pretty good. Pretty clean game. Jonathan Taylor, 4.2 yards per carry on 9 as long as good. Metcalf solid. Sacks, Britt with 3. And damn, Britt carried our pass rush. Damn. Linebackers, we got a lot of picks, though. So at least we took the ball away. Britt, though, carrying hard with those sacks. To the divisional round, who is it against? The Cardinals, who, I mean, in fairness, they've killed it. They're the number 1 seed. They've won a Super Bowl during this time. I think they have J.J. McCarthy at QB. I don't like it. I just don't like it. What can I say? I don't like our chances for some reason. Come on, if we can beat Arizona, which is crazy to think, of all teams to be worried about, I feel pretty good about our chances. They get a touchdown, no extra point, but it doesn't matter because they get another touchdown. It's a 6-point game. They drive down, no score. We had a huge opportunity there. We get a field goal. It's now a 10-point game. I'm already worried for us, so I'm already slow simming. It's not even the fourth quarter yet. 4th and 1, they do punt it, thankfully. 3rd and 4, we get the conversion. We throw a pick. 4th and 17. It's a 13-point game. Offense is definitely not looking as good as its normal self. They get a touchdown. It's a 6-point game. Defense needs to stop. 3rd and 22. A pick! Nate Moore. And then look at us. What do you mean? We're going backwards worse than they... You got to punt it. You literally have no choice. I'm going to punt it for them, though. How do you get a great opportunity like that and you just completely blow it? I genuinely don't understand. That's a good punt, but it's not great, I don't think. Oh my god, it's really great to the 1. How do you handle this? I mean, how do you get into the backfield here? Maybe I should have went goal line. We're run committing, obviously. And we get him back there, but he's gonna slightly get out. That is insane that he just got out of there. I have never seen someone spend that much time, non-quarterback wise, in the backfield of the end zone and not get safety. Oh, there you go. And he still gets out. I mean, we're going to keep it going. I'm not going to run commit this time, though. We can't run commit. You one throw, and it's a touchdown, And we're going to give ourselves a chance if we get this stop. 1-on-1 on the edge, and we still just can't get him. That's all right. 2-minute warning, 6-point deficit. I mean, there's no way this punt can go that far, right? They're backed up. I don't think you go for the block either, because blocking kicks is just, it doesn't happen this year. Blocking punts, I just never see them blocked, so you might as well try to get the return. Especially since you're already going to start with pretty good range here. Good blocking, guys. You guys are killing it, dude. 3 guys can't block 1 guy. All right, it's a 6-point game. Could have been better if we got a safety, but that's all right. Just don't throw a pick. Getting out of the field pretty nicely. And they're going to get the touchdown. And the win is in. I have never had a game where I had to come in and win because of my punting. I have not had a punt that good all Madden 25. And when I needed to be there the most, the clutch punting came in. We saved the day. Look at the numbers. Wow, Orchard was ass. McCarthy wasn't very good with those picks, but he overcame them. Of course, we did have some rushing touchdowns, 3 of them in fairness. So very equal game, actually, both sides. Sacks, more for them than us. More with 2 picks. He was the goat. 1 guy getting 2 picks for us. That is hero ball. Actually, I didn't get to check. I need to look. I want to see something. Was it actually a missed extra point? It didn't look like a kicker missed. Am I crazy to think that? I don't think. He must have, though, unless they went for 2. Oh, he did. I didn't see that for some reason. Wow. That sucks. That sucks. Not for us, though, and that's all that matters. Let's move on to the championship run. Who is it against? Don't be the Cowboys, though. Anyone but those fellas. The Panthers, and we'll say, been seeing their name in lights a little bit lately. Purdy is the QB. Going to the end of the game. 7-0. 7-7. Come on. Nice drive. 14-7. Can we actually have a lead? That'd be cool. Can we hold a lead? Barely. Touchdown, please. Nice. There you go. Was it that hard? Oh, my God. Was it that hard to just win a game without a heart attack? Even though for a moment it kind of was one. 42-20. I love it. I love it. 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Purdy, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Taylor was decent. Charbonnet was terrible, ironically enough. A real-life Seattle. Not even a Seahawks, just a Seattle. Adams was all right. You got 2 touchdowns. Yards weren't that good, though. Efficiency wasn't great either. A.J. Brown, obviously, was amazing. Blocking We actually outdid someone for sacks for once, a Debo with a pick. We do take the ball away pretty well, though, I will say. I can't believe the Panthers gave up that easily, though. Championship round, and it was the easiest round for, like, by far for us. Like, it wasn't even close. Who we got next? It's the Super Bowl. What am I even thinking about? Who we got next? We're just, the Super Bowl team. The Bills. Oh, no. Oh, no. Do they have the bye week? Were they the number one? I can't see that. Were they the number one team? They were. Let's see it. Who do they have to play against? Let's see who they had to play against. All right, divisional round. They obviously didn't have to play the wild card round. The Bills over the Jets by 8. Bills over the Titans by 14. And then the Super Bowl to be continued, to be played. Let's take a look at our dev-ups, if we had any. Quarterback was already an X factor, actually, so he can't go up in dev. Adams. Finally, Adams goes the star. On the defensive side of the ball, Mike Hall goes the superstar. Posey goes the star finally as well. That's another finally for sure. Alonzo Posey, star dev. Had a look at his dev. He's the most unrealistic one to go up in dev. If there was any cheating going on for DevOps, it would be him, because it's like, I mean, how many times is a guy going to get a chance and not do it? But here it is, the Bills. We have 5 overalls on them. Jaden Daniels, he won MVP once, but so did our guy. For all the marbles, first year in the playoffs, first Super Bowl, 7-0, 14-0. Bills answer back with 7. Right before half, we had a chance, didn't take it. Second half start, great, but they answer back as well. It is now a 21-all game. We are up by 7 again. One score will do it, and it's going to happen. 35-21. Our AI-drafted Seattle Seahawks have won a Super Bowl. It was a bit of a weird team, right? Like, we drafted a couple of like backups that were really good, could be some of the best in the league if they were starters, but aren't going to get a chance. A couple of DT types. None of those guys really came out and showed up. Favors feels like a completely wasted pick. Britt, his finesse is decent, but never really a great season from him even. Mike Hall was a really good trade. Glad we did that, but a lot of wasted potential, especially on the defense. A lot of the success came from the core guys that this team drafted in the first 5 rounds. A.J. Brown, Metcalf, Jonathan Taylor, Lindstrom. Those guys were really big for us. And without them, this would probably be a failed rebuild. Like, if they decided to take, like, Travis Kelce instead of, like, I don't know when he goes normally, instead of, like, Metcalf and, this, that, and the other thing, this is not a Super Bowl team. This team would not be a Super Bowl team. We really struggled to develop in this one. I kept the XP sliders a little low for once, and I don't know, maybe that's just not the way to do it. Maybe, even though the sliders are okay, maybe you just bump them all to 140, 150. I think it's a little bit better of an experience anyways. But we win. We win 35-21 over the Buffalo Bills, and I guess we've done it. We've done the challenge. 4 years, and we got a Super Bowl championship. I don't know how many times we've won a Super Bowl year 4, but it's got to be the most common, right? It has to be. A.J. Brown, 30 years old. I feel like he was 30 years old for, like, ever, no? Was that just a really long off season? I feel like he was 30 forever, dude. Metcalf, how old is he? He's 29. He's been 29 forever. It genuinely feels like it must have been a long off season. I must have took longer to scout than I thought I did. Jonathan Taylor, 95 overall. Still looking really good. Juke move is actually surpassed by trucking, which is insane. Unless that's actually how he is, I don't even know. I always thought he was like a few off on trucking. Maybe they're just use him as a power back. Orchard got that deep accuracy up, which is crazy. He started at 74, he's now 93. 96 medium, 98 short. Did he get a throw power? I thought he had 98. I think he got one of the very, very rare throw power upgrades. Or not 98, 96. I could have sworn he was 96, no? Adams, obviously really young, but took a little while to develop. He's still young, can still develop, but I thought he was going to be better than that out the gate, but he wasn't. O-line, do we really care? I guess we'll look at Barton. Graham Barton, the guard. Really good finesse guy. Maybe he needs to be a tackle. Kind of built to play across the line. Would fit as our right tackle pretty nicely, but the O-line glowed up pretty well. They did well. Fashanu. Pretty sure it is not Fashanu. Fashanu looks like it's how it's said, but it's not. Defensively, Jabril Peppers still here and still going strong. I did not think he was going to be him still at 31 years old. Those dev-ups are crucial. Very crucial, especially X-Factor. X-Factor is like the anti-aging serum. It's like a reversal. Darren Johnson, 88 speed, 85 zone coverage, 86 per shoot. What do we else have? We have for defense, we have some linebackerage. Of course, Posey, I'd imagine he's going to continue his route as a... No, he didn't continue as a block shedder. I thought he was going to be pure block shed, but no, he's actually balanced as hell. I don't know how that happened, but that's kind of cool, especially for an outside linebacker. You know, field general, middle linebacker doesn't count. It's very easy to balance him, but Beasley obviously doesn't really get that treatment. He's just all block shed. And then Trevin Wallace, I don't think I've ever seen him not develop. I think he always develops into a really good player, and that's no different here. He's just that guy. He just always develops. You just can't stop him. Of course, Adebo, 87 overall. It's pretty good for a guy that never got a dev up. He's stuck at star dev this entire time. Then we move over to the other cornerback, Mr. Moore, who had a pretty damn good playoff run, let me tell you that much. Really solid man corner, opposite of Adebo. So it's like, what are you doing? What do you want? Thibodeau, obviously just got here. We really didn't see any success from the edge, like, at all. So we're looking at them just to look at their ratings, not because we're like, how good was he? He's like, not good at all, obviously. They were terrible. Beasley, he was a good pick, too. And just, even though he's developed a little bit, just isn't very good. He's a good pick, not a very good player, even though his ratings are actually decent. Alexander Britt, really good finesse, pretty good block shed as well. Speed rusher, undefeated this year. It is king. And then you have Mike Hall, the superstar, 91 overall. Really good finesse, really good block shed, really good power move, good, tackle, play rec, and awareness. He just doesn't have any strength, which it worked out for him. 12.5 sacks, looks like a goon. What can you say? Regardless, that's going to be it for this fantasy draft, AI fantasy draft rebuild of the Seattle Seahawks. If you guys have any suggestions for anything, it doesn't have to be a fantasy draft rebuild. It could literally just be, hey, I've seen a couple people say, hey, I want to see a Giants rebuild. Did we do them? I guess not. We must not have. That could be next. If you have any suggestions like that, or a fantasy draft one specifically, because I'm a fiend for them and I want any excuse to do a fantasy draft rebuild, let me know in the comment section below. Maybe leave a like if you end up enjoying the video. Ended up enjoying the video, not if you enjoy the video, because it's over. There's no more left. It's time to go home. You know, maybe leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. You're not new. I do appreciate any support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PKR Plays. And, yeah, I need a little bit of sleep. I'm a bit tired from recording this one. And, yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. Barely snuck in at 10-7. I can't believe how lucky we've been in this one. But we still got the dub. Suck it, EA. See ya! And once again, shout out to the members of the channel. If you guys want to become a member, click the join button next to the subscribe button. All the details will be there. And once again, appreciate you guys that are already members. Appreciate you for watching in general. Anyways, see ya!